guys, this is Rosa Kelly. So today we're going to be making a new tutorial using the Tango collection by Ciao Bella. So I am going to be altering this dollar store bought book. I love the fact that it has a red cover, but you can also do a black cover or anything that you can find. And we are going to turn that into a beautiful mini album. So let's get right to it. So the first thing you're gonna do is find a book that you no longer use, or like I did, I went to the dollar store and I just picked up one of these books that they have in there. They usually have a little bit of damage, like this one didn't print right, and I think that's why they end up at the dollar store. I'm not really sure what the deal is, but this is like a scary book, so no, I'm not gonna be reading it. So I decided to turn it into something beautiful rather than scary. I think it's called Haunted or something like that, but I'll be covering that as well. So yeah, so pick a book, and then also you're going to need an X-Acto knife and a ruler. And so what we're gonna do is take some of these pages off. Now when you alter a book, you definitely don't want to ruin the way the book was binded. Here, as you can see, this book was stitched into this little centerpiece here, and so yeah, so you don't want to alter the whole binding because then everything will fall, you know, come apart. But I am going to just simply take some pages out. So for that, I'm going to grab my ruler and my X-Acto knife, and let me just flip this together here. So I'm just gonna hold this together like that. And so like I said, we're going to just simply cut the pages with an X-Acto knife. Now I am going to leave a little bit of white space. I'm not gonna go all the way down to the spine, and I'm just going to give it a couple runs. So I'm going to try to take about half of the pages from this book. So I'm just gonna go 1, 2, or 3 times evenly there, and then just get these pages, and then do make sure to save the pages because these book pages are pretty good for collaging, staining, doing some kind of art medium as well. So let me just get rid of that, and see, it's just something like, maybe I need to cut this a little bit more here. Okay, and so yeah, so then see, these pages are beautiful to keep for your art journaling. Okay, so I'm going to take about 3 or 4 pages out, and then I'm going to keep about 3 pages here on the book. And these 3 pages are going to be glued together, so I'm just going to skip those 3, and then I'm going to go back and take another, and I'm not going to be counting the pages really. I'm just going to go with my X-Acto knife, try to go as even as I can on the depth, and just get some of these pages out. And that way we're just making room to add cardstock and pictures, of course. So here we go. So I got about 3 or 4 more pages out, and I mean, you can even do a little bit more. I feel like I probably need a bigger gusset, so instead of 4, I'm going to do maybe 8, just to make this process a little bit faster also. And then we are going to again keep 3 pages that we're gonna put together into one, and do the same thing. So you're just gonna do these steps all the way down until the end of the book. Okay, so now we are done taking the pages out of our book, and I think this is looking pretty good. This is kind of how you want it. You want a lot of void space so you can fill it back on with your design paper. So what we're gonna do now is just put together the 3 pages that we separated. So all those 3 pages are gonna turn into one, and for that I'm going to use my glue, and I'm just going to go around the page like that, and maybe some on the inside as well, and we're just gonna join them together. So I have 2 that I'm gonna join together, and then we'll do the same with this one. Okay, so now we have this first page here. So you do want to make sure that you push all the air out, so those 3 pages feel just like one page, like that. And then we're gonna do the same with these 3 other pages, and we're gonna continue through the whole book. So I'm just gonna keep gluing my pages together. Okay, so now I have my base ready. So I glued the pages together and I counted all in total. I have 12 pages. So now we're gonna decorate this book. I'm going to cut my paper collection to the size of my pages. Now you want to measure your book because you know your book will probably be different than mine. So I'm going to go ahead and measure my pages. Now my pages are going to be around 8.5 by 4.5. Now you don't want to go all the way in. You might want to stay just to this side so the page is nice and easy to bend. Okay, so just stay away from this little cut. And then if you don't like how this looks, you can definitely cover it with some washi tape or something. I actually do like how this looks. It makes it look really like vintagey, and I do still want the book to show a little bit, so it kind of looks like an outer book and it still keeps some of the components of the book. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and cut my paper. Now first I want to use this beautiful image, and this is gorgeous, perfect for my cover. So I'm going to be using some stitching as well, just to give it a little bit more vintage look to everything. I love adding stitches anytime I can with my sewing machine. Oh, and then the cover is probably gonna be a little bit bigger, so my cover measures, oh, it's actually 8.5 too, so let's do that. Let's see. Okay, but I'm gonna do a little bit smaller than that so I can see the book, you know, since we have this very pretty red book, might as well show it a little bit. So here we go. I'm just gonna trim that and then trim a little bit here as well, just like that. Perfect. So now I'm going to add the stitch on the border and I'll be right back. So here is this piece. I love the stitching on the border, and then I also cut another piece from the same sheet, and I'm going to use this one on the spine around here like so. Before I add this piece, I'm going to ink using my Distress inks. Okay, so I'm using some brush corduroy distress ink, and I'm just gonna use it on the top and on the bottom here like that. Okay, and now this is going to wrap around my spine just to cover the name of the book that I am using now. So I'm just gonna softly bend. Now I'm not gonna glue the spine itself. I'm going to glue on this edge. So I'm just gonna grab my glue and add some glue right here and on the edge. So let's start with this side, and then we're gonna go on the other side here and the edge. Okay, and then we're just gonna press this down, and you do want to give it a little bit of room. Don't make it too tight so it can still open and close and be very flexible. So let's go ahead and test it, and I think that works just fine. So now we can go ahead and add this on the top. Okay, so for the inside pages, I'm also going to cut some of the paper and I'm gonna make it fit into my page. And I went ahead and stitch around as well. So now I'm just going to glue this page down in my book, just like that. So I'm going to do some pages that are going to be big, just full sizes like this to display the beautiful paper. And then I'm also going to do some other pages that are going to be more like to add pictures or pockets or things like that. So for some of the pages, I'm going to be making pockets. So for a pocket, I basically just got the same size page that will fit into my book. And then I'm going to use another piece here from my scraps. So I cut my piano paper to be the same width here. So this is going to be a little pocket. So I'm just gonna glue the sides around, just like this, to make that pocket. Now if you're also doing a stitching like I am, I'm going to go ahead and stitch here. Okay, so now we have that pocket. See my stitches around, I really like that look. So I'm just gonna ink around the whole page and we're gonna add this into our book. So I'm going to create a couple more pockets like this to add into different pages as well. So the other type of page that we're going to do is a page with a flap opening. So for that, I'm going to use one long piece like this, and I'm going to cut it to the height of my book. And then my pages are 4.5, so I'm actually going to cut these. You want to double that width of your page and then just take off about 1/2 inch. So I'm going to do 8.5, and I'm going to score this page. So now I'm going to score at 4.5, just like that, and I'm going to fold along that score line. And here we are creating this little opening flap like so, and this whole page is going to be added into one of the pages. So I think I'm going to use this page here, and since I have the flap going on this side, I'm going to put this page over on my left page here, but then we're going to do another one that will open the opposite side, and those will go on this side of the pages. So like this one, I'm also going to create just a couple to go throughout the book. So another type of page will be a side pocket page, and for this one I just simply cut my base paper a little bit smaller. So this one measures 4 inches instead of 4.5, and instead of gluing the whole page down, I'm just going to add glue on the top and on the bottom and on the side here as well to create that page opening. And we're just going to glue it right on to the page. Okay, and then you're gonna see that now we have a pocket opening on this side, so we can add any size cards, pictures, anything you like in there. So some of the pages you can also leave blank, so I think it looks really cute with the text on the background. And so yeah, so I think I am done with this tutorial. I will do a final video reveal of the complete album. I'm going to be using some of the A4 tags to fill in my little pockets, as well as these larger pieces and some of the elements from the 12x12 collection as well. And I really hope that you guys enjoy this tutorial and that you give it a try. And I want to thank you so much for watching.